Hello and welcome to Warcraft Daily for today, the 23rd of August 2013. So in today's news we have the patch 5.4 delay, some criticism from Tom Chilton, and a few of the interesting tweets. Now the 5.4 delay, it was originally sort of planned to be the 27th of August, and then it was pushed back to the 10th. Now of course it was never confirmed to be the 27th, but it certainly did seem that it was all but confirmed, if you know what I mean. And I think really what's happened is really what slowed them down, because all the main features are here, is that it's just balancing, and I believe they've had quite a few issues because in patch 5.2 there were some severe imbalances with certain Warlock, Rogue, and Mage specs, and really even like after the first numbers pass, and even one or two more after that, there was still, even, I know it's in simulations, but there were still a lot of differences that were sort of unacceptable to a lot of people in simulated results for DPS, so that has probably, things like that, their internal sim results, that's probably led them to to take just a little bit more time and make sure when the patch does come out that it's as balanced as it could be. Another nice thing is that it will probably mean we get better balanced heroics. Now in patch 5.2, for 25-man heroic, they had that tested in about 3 days. Now that's really not a lot of time, and there were some issues near the start. So really, I think it's probably a good thing that they spend a bit longer doing heroic testing. Like I was watching Midwinter on a stream, and there was just some of the fights that were a little bit broken in places, so the more time Blizzard has to patch things like this up, the better, and honestly, I think it's a pretty acceptable wait. Of course, I have done some videos, like, in preparation for it being on the 27th, so hopefully they don't change too much and invalidate what I've done. Now, the next thing is really cool, actually. It's some criticisms from Tom Chilton. So, there's 3 quotes I'm going to go through here. The first one is, we shot ourselves in the foot when we removed the limit for daily quests that you could do. So there was a pressure to maximize everything, and that really leads to burnout. This is just so damn true. I remember, like, back when I got back into WoW after a bit of a break there in January, and for about 3 weeks I was just like dailies, 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 so many things to do, and then I burnt out hard in dailies. Of course I was still doing plenty of other things, but especially in dailies. And really, it was a really stupid design decision. I know why they wanted to do it, to give people the freedom, but they have to understand that in a game like Warcraft, people will just keep on lapping it up whether they enjoy it or not, because in an MMO, it's not necessarily the minute-to-minute fun, it's the hour-to-hour progression that people care about. And that's the problem with dailies. Now, of course, the Timeless Isles will pretty much rectify this problem completely, which is a good thing. Now, the next thing he said is that, I think we've really trained players over the years to say, if there's no quest or mark in the map that tells me to go into the cave, I'm wasting my time. That's right, and it's actually really unfortunate that he's right, because I think it's... World of Warcraft, does it really feel like a world? Sometimes it just feels like a series of objectives. You never really explore the places. You spend more time going dot to dot on the map than actually exploring the zone you're in and having it be cool. And I remember way back when I started, and this was back in the day when to do a quest you opened the quest log and you found out, like, you would see the text say go to the north, and then you would go to the north and look for the thing. And as much as that did just encourage alt-tabbing to a guide or something, there was exploration there. You actually got to explore the world, and that was cool. Of course, I wouldn't go back to that, but I do think there should be more sort of just incentives or... it's a really hard thing to fix after they've trained people this way for so long. Now, they did say that the Timeless Isles is hopefully going to sort of start the process of realigning what players think. I think what's a method of gameplay that's just more fun for everybody. Exploration's great, and when they can really just tie in meaningful exploration, it'll be nice. The world will feel more alive, more full of things, and more interesting, and that'll probably keep people in the world. And the next thing he said is that at some point it's possible that World of Warcraft could end up being free to play. Now, this was a big headline, and really my opinion is, why the hell is this a headline? We already know this. Of course it's possible World of Warcraft could go free to play. It won't be for quite a while, and he even said that, because at the minute, like 8 million subscribers or whatever, that's so damn profitable. I mean, just think of, it's 8 million times $15 a month. That's a lot of money. There's no way they'd make more in a free-to-play model at the minute. But I'd say if we did maybe 2 million subs, I'd say they'll start thinking about, like, adding a free-to-play option. Until then, though, I can't really see it. and honestly, I don't even think we'll dip below 2 million subs until Titan comes out, so I think, really, we're all pretty good. Now the next thing we have to talk about is some tweets, just one or two little things from Ghostcaller. It's really kind of insignificant. So the first thing he said is that the Tinker icons were a clever fake, according to Ghostcaller, and the class would be too whimsical for the game. So there you go, no Tinkerer. And after saying something like that, it pretty much means there's no Tinkerer. There was a whole bunch of leaked screenshots of Tinkerer icons and stuff like that, so it must have just been a clever fake, which is exactly what he said it was. And finally he said that he raids 25 heroics and he has raided since vanilla. Of course, everybody just claimed that Ghostcrawler plays a warlock, and the reason that all the balance changes are made are so that Ghostcrawler can be overpowered, and he pretty much said, if I did that, I'd lose my job. And that's true, and honestly, some of the major imbalances were just due to things they didn't think of, such as the interaction of the Lei Shen trinket with one of the warlock abilities, and just weird things like that. But the next patch does look like they know there's a lot of balance issues and they are going to fix them. But anyway, that's really it for today's show. Hopefully we'll be getting more interesting news. It's a little bit weird because the way the news cycle goes, like all the 5.4 newses came out, then the patch is supposed to come out in a few days. But because it's been extended by 2 weeks, it's going to be a little bit of fun adding in like content and stuff. My current plan is just to go over all the class changes. Now I won't be reading through like a list of patch notes because I don't think that's really too fun. I'll be going over, Ghostcrawler did a dev water cooler a while ago where he talked about just the sort of design philosophy for a few of the classes in 5.4. I think it's better I go through that to actually just give people more of an idea of what is happening in terms of the feel of their class. I think that's more important. So I'll do that, and then the Season 14 armor previews, and really then just whatever I can think of. I will get back to Northrend, I just need to do some recording for that this weekend. But anyway, yeah, that's it for today's show. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.